Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're all right, 'cause it's time to still continue talking about post-Christmas 2026. So right now, it's the 10th of January. It's 6 o'clock in the evening in the UK, and 193,000 people are currently playing Rust. It is a Saturday, it is the weekend, and well, average player count is picking up quite nicely, and we're getting closer and closer to what we saw of last year. So people are turning up, people are appreciating and enjoying Rust and their skins, and of course, prices are still holding up very, very nicely. Just to confirm, even on Steam, you'll see it for yourself, Rust is sitting here at 193,000. Although, it probably could still rise up a bit more. It could potentially still go over 200,000. We shall see. Anyway, since last time, as I said, I've been putting an effort in to sell more and more and more skins. And it just so happens I got a lot of pending funds. Now, some of you not, but you probably don't fully know what pending is, so I'll quickly explain. Basically, when you sell a skin where its price has been a bit volatile recently, not very stable, which of course would apply to Rust skins, considering in the past month their prices have been rising up. Oh, yes, they have. Yeah, you're most likely going to end up with pending funds. This is just a measure in which Valve tries to just double check and make sure your sales and your purchases are normal. So yeah, it does that. But yeah, I have no issue with it because it rolls over and it makes your accounts end up going over the maximum limit in terms of funds. So my maximum limit, let me just go quickly show you this because I always have it listed right here. My maximum allowed Steam wallet in pound sterling is £1,700. And as you can see right there, I have 1,746 with an extra £14 in pending, and I still have all of these skins listed that could still potentially be sold. So I'm not going to complain about that, no. And that means I can still do a whole lot more buy orders. In fact, what's my, let me just quickly refresh. Let's just quickly double check. So, still the same. Oh, okay. So, more of the pending has now been, like, approved. I don't see any issue with it. So, now it's been added to the stack. And if I could just scroll down over to here, let's just quickly turn on Steam Inventory Helper on this specific page. I can confirm my total buy orders currently adds up to £16,851. But due to the fact that I've gone over, and yes, you can still do this, I can actually still do a whole lot more buy orders that potentially goes all the way up to £17,540 worth. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So, of course, if I do end up selling some of these as well, it'll only add up to it. But if I do end up purchasing some things, yeah, it's going to go down, and I cannot list any more due to the fact that I am over the limit. So, all right, cool. Post-Christmas, what a wonderful time. Selling a lot of skins, and it's still not too hard to sell your skins, all right? So, all right, cool. Let's now quickly switch over to here. I want to quickly show off this account. I'm pretty sure I showed this off last time. Again, this also has gone over the limit. This also had a lot of pending. So let's also show you the progress. So let's just quickly zoom in a bit. So as you'll see, initially, everything was just a bit meh. We only had 2 accounts that had, actually had over £1,000. And whilst my main account here probably could have gone all the way over to £1,000 at some point during December, I kept buying things. And don't worry, I have been keeping track of all the things I've been buying. And, well, as you look at it over to here, you'll see I have over 1,000 here, over 1,000 here, over 1,000 here, over 1,000 here. And, oh, we haven't written this one down, so let's just go over to here. And, oh, yep, there you go. There's the previous video. But what I was looking for is this right here, 1624. I keep buying things. So the funds have gone down. So let's just quickly apply that. So I can confirm I do have multiple accounts with over £1,000, and I'm very happy about that. But of course, I still have this account, and this account. I still have 3 accounts that are still going to need quite a lot of sales to happen to them. But I'm not feeling like worried, upset, or scared over the prospect of having to sell some more skins because prices are still holding up very nicely at the moment. And I'm feeling somewhat comfortable. Like, comfortable, that we're probably going to see these prices hold up all the way through into February Force Wipe when we have the naval update. Let's now just quickly show off some of these accounts. So let's switch over to here. I've had to sign into various accounts and whatnot. Oh, what's this that we have right here? £1,681. Oh, yeah, that just so happens to be the 3rd account that I talked about last video. So, yes. Just a few days ago, literally just a few days ago, this account, it only had £641. Just over a week ago, it barely had about £30. 30. Well, now it's gone all the way up to maximum funds. From about $40 to well over $2,000. That's how easy it's been. That's how good it's been. So yeah, still got some listings there, but overall, yeah, I've finished up with this. It's also got some pending as well. Ha ha ha. But yeah, no, this is holding up quite nicely, and I very likely will be having all of my accounts at maximum funds by the time I wrap this up. Now, I intend to finish this by next week. So yes, next week on the 17th of January, that'll be 2 months since November 17th, when of course I first started this. But I got to say, I have been selling a lot of skins. Even the cheaper ones I have been selling. So, not going to complain. All is good. And now let's go hop over to Hedge. I don't normally use this, but yes, this account right here. This has £474. If I could just show you more of the listings. I haven't been like putting much of an effort on this account as of recent, but I will be fairly soon. But yep, only a few listings left here. And if I could just quickly point that out, because even this has increased quite nicely. So yep, 362 last time is now 474, and then last account, yep, over to here, this account right here, that would be this account, yep, 1747. Cool, we're just looking at everything, aren't we, Hedge? Yep, yes we are. Over to here. This was the account that I mentioned I've got to start putting more of an effort in, because that's the account that didn't really have that much funds left. So I'm referencing this here. When we last talked about this account, it only had double digits. Now it's pushing up to 4 digits. Oh. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. I have applied the pending to the total amount. And, yep, that's in a very, 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 very good position. Still got quite a lot of skins to sell, but give it time. Be patient. They will sell eventually. So, all right, not going to complain. I like what I see, and I hope it still holds up. I'm feeling confident it does. So, right, so we've well established. Selling skins right now. Not too much of a problem. But not exactly everything has been perfectly fine. Now, I will still need to talk about this specifically in its very own video. But if I could just quickly switch over to my YouTube. You might recall, I've been keeping track of the SINOTYPE collection, haven't I? Have you kept track of the prices? When we first initially saw this developing, we were super happy. The first storage collection to be accepted into Rust after a 3-year break. So, humble beginnings, progress, just keeping track of everything. What do you reckon's happened? Let me just quickly switch over to here. So here's the Twitter. And yes. People panicking about the Boxes DLC Face Puncher's working on. Many storage collections dropping in value, barely rising this post-Christmas. At Playrust, please tell us if it's a large or small box DLC. It really would help. So, yes, I'm talking about what we see in the commits. People are aware that some sort of storage DLC is being worked on. Now, I've had some people sitting there and saying, Hedge, honestly, is this that much of a problem? To be honest, to all the people that actively want to go ahead and grab themselves a nice storage collection, oh yeah, they're all affordable at the moment. But it's more of a case of, imagine if you bought yourself a brand new storage collection during this post-Christmas, and then you find out Face Puncher's releasing their very own one, potentially February or March Force White. We don't know what price it's going to be. We still don't know if it's a large box or a small box collection. But imagine if you spent a decent portion of money buying yourself a storage collection right now, and in a month's time, Face Punch potentially sells their very own one for about $20. Yeah, that might be pretty annoying, yes. This is why I'm rolling with the expectation it's going to be a small box collection. If it was a small box collection, people wouldn't be upset too much. Considering that the, well, if I could just quickly remind all of you, do you remember the small props collection? Let's just go back a bit. So small props collection, a fairly, well, what's the word to say? Successful small box collection. We've never seen a small box set sell as much as this, but it abruptly stops. Why does it abruptly stop? I don't know, but if around this period of time, in October 2025, if Face Punch started to have a bit of an idea, thinking, you know what? What if we do a storage collection ourselves? Oh, but hang on a minute, it would upset people if we did large boxes. There's tons of storage collections that are large boxes, but we don't actually have a fully well-established small box collection. So I get the feeling they probably thought of the idea back in October 2025, stopped accepting these small prop skins, and then they started working on their Boxes DLC. And now we switch over to here. You'll see we have 2 pages worth of them yapping about working on this. So let's go to the very first mention. So scroll. 3 months ago. Well, around 3 months ago, that was around the end of Halloween, the end of October. I think the stars are aligning that this very likely could just be a small box collection. We'll see how it goes. And by all means, comment below, offer your opinion. But, the state of SINOTYPE collection. Let's just get a good look at you. So, because we still don't fully know, would you be surprised to find out that the SINOTYPE collection isn't really holding up very nicely, and quite a lot of the skins are down pretty bad? Not sure why this isn't showing. Come on, show it. Are you stuck? Are you afraid? Are you scared? Well, let's just go back. Oh, there you go. I don't know what's going on. Come on, click, work. I have no idea what's going on here. Come on. There we go. So, honestly, overall, by default, you might assume, oh, well, hang on a minute. We saw this not too long ago, and it's actually doing better. Well, more skins were accepted, and you might notice it hasn't really changed that much. So this is a concern. But like I said, if you're really looking to grab yourself a nice storage collection for yourself, honestly, right now it's open season and it's not that expensive. For about $50, you could grab yourself a perfectly fine storage collection. We still might see SINOTYPE Navy box being accepted for February Force Swipe, because don't forget, Naval Update. So, honestly, these initial skins over to here, the most recent ones to be accepted, they're all doing perfectly fine. It's the older ones. So, yeah, it's a bit troubling. But also, let's just quickly take a look at the graffiti storage collection as well. Sorry for this being so slow. I'm not sure what's going on here. Come on. Right, let's just quickly do this and update. SUMM's been a little bit funny as of recent. It's not completely ruined. It's just for some reason at this specific point it's like this. Okay. How about if we go over to here and test out collections here? No, it doesn't work here. Right, so what you got to do? Well, I could go all the way back to the past 3 years ago and try and find the graffiti storage collection being mentioned. Let's give it a shot. Sorry about the white screen there. So I'm going to go all the way back to what? 2022? Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, there you go. That wasn't too hard. Right, so graffiti storage collection. At the moment, still holding up perfectly fine. All the skins are currently in the positive. But, not everything is selling easy. It's not selling super easily. And the prices, they have dropped off compared to their peaks that we've seen in the past, all right? If you go look at their prices back in the summer of 2025, you might notice they're doing better compared to now. So, let's just quickly take a look at a graffiti Dropbox. I wonder if these prices are definitely, correct. Let me just quickly double check. So, over to here. It said $3.72 there. Let's go take a look over to here. Is this also $3.72? Can confirm. The answer is yes. All right, that's fine. But what price has it been in the past? Has it been better? Well, there you go. In the most recent summertime, about half a year ago, it was doing much better. And whilst it has improved compared to where it was back around October time, it's not as good based on what we've seen in the past. This is basically the behaviour we've seen with the graffiti storage collection. Because again, if this brand new proposed box is DLC, if it is a large box collection, even collections such as the graffiti storage collection will suffer. And, well, dare I say, the neon storage collection. Are you working? No, you're broken? Thank you. Sorry again, white screen. Right, so let's just go back to the past, I guess. Let's go to 2021. So you see how I'm dragging this little bar here all the way to the right? So I think we've got to go to early 2021, if I'm correct. Let's just go to April. Oh, that's Easter. Whoops. Right, so there it is. Let's drag you back over to here. Trying my best here. I do apologise. March. We don't see a storage there. And now we're skipping to 2022. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. I might need to quickly tell the devs. So let's just go around to... Was it the summer? Right, let's go to the summer. So July 4. I remember when they did that. For July 4 in 2021, they randomly decided to add fireworks for July 4 for America. But they haven't done that in a long time. Anyway, let's try July 22nd. There we go. Thank you. So this wouldn't have been such a problem if SUMM was working perfectly fine. So get a good look at that. As you'll notice, it's a bit of a funny hodgepodge because, of course, we also happen to get all the other deplorables being accepted as of recent. So beds, fridges, you get it. Look at all the large boxes. they're still very nicely, comfortably in the positive. They're still holding up very nicely. Even the small boxes are progressing quite nicely as well. So keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on those. Right, so let's just pick one out. Gun storage, that's been a fairly reliable skin in the past. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I actually sold one of these recently. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. Well, in the past, he has been higher. In the past, last year's post-Christmas, it was higher than this. As you can see here, around the summertime, it was higher than this. And again, it's another instance of, it's progressed nicely, but it's still bad to a point in comparison to where we were before. Like, it's not that far off, but it's not as good. Year on year, we expect to see improvement. Look what we see here. It improves, it improves, it improves, it improves, it improves. Not this year, though. So, this looming over everybody's heads, it's definitely got everybody a little bit panicky. Although, when is this actually going to be introduced? They've been working on this for 3 months. Could it appear for February Force Wipe? Or are we instead going to see Artist Pack DLC? I'm not sure, but I would be expecting that both of these DLCs will be accepted on a different Force Wipe. I'm kind of leaning towards it's probably going to be Artist Pack DLC. It's sounded as if this has had a lot more mentions in regards to things that are being added to it, such as a reactive target. That's a new thing that's been mentioned. Some sort of special clothing. So, all right, cool. We'll see how it goes, but people still are questioning everything. So, all right, understood. Sorry to sound so negative, but I did have to address it. I did have to point this out, so we'll see how that turns out. I mean, by all means, feel free to comment below, offer your opinion based on what's going on there. But I also have to talk about this current Rust store. I have to talk about this lovely looking Rust store. So, this is the perfect timing. In this specific Rust store, we have the first ever green instance of some tactical gloves, and potentially as time goes on, for quite some time, I do not expect any more green tactical glove skins to be accepted. So that's making that sound interesting. We have an anime girl garage door, although the sales at the moment... We also happen to have a transparent aim sight SAR that is basically a direct comparison to Heatseeker SAR. Basically, this Rust store, it has a lot of skins that very likely could turn out to be very nice investments. So you know how I kind of talked about the account over here? And how several of my accounts have, maximum funds and beyond? Well, I'm always talking about things, you might want to consider investing towards. So, yes, right now, I still have tons of skins. I still want to sell my skins. Prices are still good. Maybe not for storages, but for everything else, it's still looking very, very nice. So, I have mentioned that you could probably take a look and see, like, CS cases, for example. You could even look into some interesting, valuable skins and whatnot in Counter-Strike. It is the more populated and much more invested into economy. So if you know Counter-Strike economy and whatnot, that's a perfectly fine option. But if you don't know it, maybe avoid it. You could also consider looking into TF2 paint. So if I could just type in Hue, there we go. Yes. Oh, look at that. Yes, the old reliable, a perfectly fine option, along with lime, pink, and tinge. That's the other one. But that discount's finished now. It's no longer around Christmas time, is it? So, okay, that's a perfectly fine suggestion. But because it's too late now, perhaps you might need to look back to Ruskins again. And so, if you've seen my predictions video, which I'll just quickly point out over to you, over to here. So, where are we? I don't know, I've gone mad. Yes, you could look at my Rust rotation video to get a good look at all the brand new skins. You could get a good look at my predictions video. Even in my Rust rotation video, when I sit here and talk about the skins, even though I don't see that many sales, I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling very confident with this Rust store. It's the perfect store to consider investing into if you desperately need to spend some funds. Because it's not just those 3 specific skins, it's also the sheet metal double door, it's also the rug. Honestly, the floor is lava, that rug will probably be appreciated as time goes on. Not only due to the fact that it's a volcanic rug, but also because, of course, it's a glow-in-the-dark rug. If you take a look at all the rug skins in the past, all the marketable glow-in-the-dark rugs are actually doing very nicely at the moment. For your consideration. So, again, with the tame sales as well, because even yesterday, 21 hours in with that Rust store, I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? This honestly is looking very, 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 very interesting. But even, like, as of yesterday, looking at that garage door, I was like, oh yeah, hang on a minute, that's saying a little bit too much. But even then, that very likely could still work out nicely if we do see collection continuations being worked on. So I'm keeping an eye on it. People are offering nice, kind words. But what is the skin creator going to work on next? In theory, we want to see a continuation to this specific design. But all they've ever done is garage doors. Is this just going to be an independent skin? Or will this get more? We don't know, do we? No, we don't have a clue. So the only thing we can do is sit and wait for a bit. But then again, that's fine. We normally do that with Rust store skins regardless, because we always do the abnormal barders, don't we? So if you want to learn about abnormal barders, consider watching the most recent abnormal barders video that you can see right here. It was only a few days ago. Rust skin abnormal barders, January 8, 2026. That was when I was approaching the skins from the previous week, such as the garage door right there. So, all right, cool. So, it's a pretty good position to be in at the moment. Prices are still good. There's some very nice things to consider buying. Like, honestly, the garage door, the SAR, the sheet metal double door, the rug, the tactical gloves, the hammer, all of these are like perfectly fine suggestions. Even, technically speaking, even the temple bed with a sheer lack of sales, even that's kind of looking pretty interesting. But as time goes on, will we see more anime girl garage doors? Will we see more SARs with transparent aim sights? Will we see a lot more sheet metal double doors this year? But even then, sheet metal double door very likely to still hold up quite nicely. Will we see more glow-in-the-dark rugs? Will we actually see more green tactical glove skins being accepted? But then again, probably doesn't matter because, of course, it's still part of this collection. The Reptile Hunter collection, which is beloved, doing very nicely for itself. And again, will we see a lot of hammer skins being accepted this year? Even though last year we saw 4 skins in total, which, well, to be honest with you, it really isn't that much. Every single hammer skin you see here, every marketable one, oh, they're in the positive. I did talk about this in the predictions video. Whilst it might retain its value quite nicely, don't assume it's going to be an easy sale. Don't assume it's going to be easy profit. It will probably only grant you like a bit of profit per hammer. So that might be a bit of work, but then again, still a nice consideration to treat as a bond. I need to put some funds away so I can sell them later. Oh, you could buy a bunch of these hammers, wait a year or so, sell them again. You most likely will get all your funds back, and maybe a little bit more. That's the idea. So, yes, just some nice considerations to spend. Let's just see if I bought anything as I've been talking. As of now, no. In fact, more pending has been sent over to here. So, all right, that's cool. I sure do hope these do sell. But, as I said, I still want to keep on selling. I'm going to have to buy more things. So, if you're in a similar position such as I, feel free to comment below. How have you been progressing? Are you enjoying yourselves? I hope you are. Unfortunately, the Steam sale has finished, although some games are still, like, discounted. I think Rust is still one of them, I think. Anyway, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing all right. But yes, you do have to look around for some nice long-term investments. Maybe don't invest into the large box collection, or maybe do. Maybe, after talking about this, you probably feel confident that, you know what, Hedge? After you talked about this, I feel confident, this is just me speaking in theory, I feel confident that it's going to be a small box collection. So I will invest into a SINOTYPE, for example. Because if it turns out that this Boxes DLC is small boxes, you very likely will then see all the large box storage collection skins going up in price. Because then people realise, oh, okay, crisis averted. Whew. So, yeah, we'll see what becomes of that, all right? So, that's all good. SMM, not really good at the moment. Or, oh, there you go. Sometimes it just has a hiccup here and there. Keep an eye on the sales. That Rust store is interesting. That Rust store is very, very appetizing. And in a bit, I've got to do the 48-hour analysis. So, whilst this current video will be uploaded today, the 48-hour analysis will be talked about and will be uploaded tomorrow. So, cool. So, yeah, just talk about your very own progress. I'd like to see how you've been doing. How have you been holding up? Have you been keeping track of everything like I have? I'm very happy with how things have progressed. But I do wonder, in comparison to previous years, am I actually doing just as good? Or am I struggling? I have bought a lot of things, I will definitely agree to that. But I have definitely seen in the past better post-Christmases. That's definitely for sure. Again, like 2021, when the offline TV era happened, with the very special offline TV server where pretty much every big Twitch streamer was playing on it, and suddenly everybody cares about Rust, and suddenly all skins double or triple in price. Oh, that was a wonderful time. But I'm not sure if we'll see anything like that ever again. So, at the very least, keep an eye on the commits. Keep track of whether Artist Pack DLC or Boxes DLC is going to be the next DLC that's going to be released in February. We are expecting a lot of people to turn up for that as well, February 4th swipe with the naval update. Let's just get a good look at the player count right now. Has it updated? Has it changed? 194,000. But then again, you know, I've been yapping for about 30 minutes. Maybe it only reaches up to about 195,000. We'll see. Either way, still holding up good. Still looking great. Price is still holding up. I'm still happy. I hope you are too. So just see how things turn out from now. So let's just take a quick look at the front page of the Steam market. Rust Steam market. Cargo Heli Bed. Are we surprised by that? There is a big concern in regards to 2026. How many bed skins are we see? How many are we going to see being accepted and introduced in terms of Twitch drops, kick drops, free skins? Who knows? But yes, that was the very first skin to be accepted, along with the tropical bed. Brand new Skinnable. Well, I warned you. I warned you. Some of you might have noticed as well, we didn't get a brand new Skinnable this month. I'm not sure if that was intended. I think we should still expect to see brand new Skinnables over the course of the next few months as well. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll see what's happening. But yes, that bed basically matched up to expectations there, didn't it? But in regards to Whiteout, let's just get a quick look at you. Are your prices still holding up very nicely? So as long as the economy is doing great, you'd normally see Whiteout still like rising up to a brand new all-time high price. So as you can see here, $26 just over that. And it does look like it's still trending upwards. Yes, it still looks like it's still reaching a brand new all-time high price. That's a very good indicator that things are still progressing very nicely. The momentum is still pushing forward. And then over to here, Whiteout face mask. Well, I believe that's about $25, $26. Yeah, it's pushing up to 27. Same here. This also looks as if it's pushing up to all-time high price still as well. So, all right, still holding up, still looking good. Get those sales in whilst you can, because once it's done, prices are going down again. Like I said, you could look at your entire inventory, and you could make considerations thinking, you know what? Chances are, the most likely outcome of all of these skins is that they're going to go down a price. So whilst they're high right now, I could sell them. Wait until around March and April time, sell them around, buy them back around then, and after selling it back in January, you very likely will then still have a bit of profit. You don't have to do this, but based on what I've seen in the past, it's a nice recommendation. It's up to you. But you won't see the prices rise back up again until about the summertime, when all the kids are out of school and we have a lot of people playing Rust again. And who knows, aside from the naval update, what big updates will Rust have this year? I don't know. I have zero clue. So we'll see how that turns out. Maybe a brand new monument. If I can recall, like quite some time back, they wanted to refresh quite a lot of the older monuments. Power plant. They did Harbour. They already did that. Power plant was one of them. Are they actually going to do so? And, well, are they going to change some other ones? We'll see. But, yep, just look through your inventories. Make considerations. As you can see there, graffiti storage collection. Oh, yeah, it's a bit awkward. So, yep, life is good. No complaints. And, of course, do not forget, keep an eye on the workshop. Plenty more interesting skins being submitted. What on earth is that? Oh, okay. It's a Starman. Da, 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 da. Well, then we'll see what becomes of that. I have doubts, but imagine. Oh, imagine if the momentum is still strong next week and we actually saw that being accepted. Oh, that would be another incredible Rustle. So, all right, cool. We can dream. We can dream. Just want to quickly talk about Temple Tier 3 as well. A lot of people have been asking me, Hedge, how do I approach this? What do I do? Just sit and wait. If you desperately need to get the funds, okay, if you really need to sell, by all means sell. But nothing really compares to this at its price. And as time goes on, I do believe it will slowly progress upwards and, you know, become a much better profit in the further future. So technically speaking, it is pushing towards a brand new all-time high price. But to be honest with you, I can expect it to do better in the future. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm a guy with about 100 plus of these. So, all right. Right then. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything. I don't think there's much else to talk about. Just want to give you a nice little update. Halcor AK-47. Turns out, with an instant collection continuation. Oh, that's actually a great thing to see. So, yeah, sold for $3.49. Instantly goes up to $5. But inevitably, I do believe it will dip down around March and April time. Although, if we continue to see these Halcor weapon skins being produced, and of course with all the transparency, well, you might see that just instantly stay up in price forever. We'll see. All right, cool. So, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you're happy with these update videos in regards to post-Christmas. The moral of this story is the momentum is still strong, player counts are still good, still a great time to sell your skins. Take that opportunity whilst you still can. Cool, that's it. So, I better go look around and find some things to go ahead and buy because, yeah, I might need to start doing that if I want to be able to continue selling my skins. So, cool. Thank you very much for watching the video. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.